My name is Richie, and yeah, I agree. I look a little bit different today. No, this is not Creative 2.0. I mean, I wish it would be, but it's not. It's the Unreal Engine. But today I have some amazing news about Creative 2.0. Hypex just tweeted out that Creative 2.0 seems to support blueprints at some point of the Creative 2.0 lifecycle. And some of you guys are wondering, what are blueprints? What is this even about? Why are you so excited about this? First of all, I don't like scripting or coding via text. It's not my type of coding, even though I study computer science. It's really not my type. And I know a lot of you guys are scared of that as well. Blueprints are basically a visual version of scripting. So in Fortnite Creative, if you want to really imagine it like this, there are device settings, but very simplified. Okay, so now that you have a basic understanding of what the blueprints are, I quickly want to show you guys something that you can do to kind of prepare yourself, or kind of to kind of loosen up to the idea that you have to go over the moon to learn something completely new in the Unreal Editor or in Creative 2.0, whatever it's going to be called in the end, to create these blueprints, and how simple they are basically, and how easy you can translate that to Fortnite Creative. So let's just assume we are in Fortnite Creative right now. So this is our Fortnite Creative 2.0 world, and we want to now go into the edit mode. So we're now in the edit mode, and basically we can delete these two because we don't need them actually. Let's just assume we want to have a light in our brand new Fortnite Creative 2.0 world. In Fortnite Creative right now, you can just go under the devices tab and then look for any kind of customizable light that you want. In the Unreal Editor, this works basically the same. What you're gonna do is pick any lights that you want, a spotlight, a point light. Basically, these two we already have in Fortnite Creative. We technically also have a skylight, but let's say we just want to add a simple point light, right? So we put it in the middle of our map, and here we are. We're now in Fortnite Creative 2.0 right now. Just kidding. So if we would be in Fortnite Creative right now, we would just open the device and then look into the device what we can change in this. We could change the color. We can do the same thing in this device as well. We can go here and change whatever color we want. So let's turn it to a pink. And maybe we want to turn off the device. In the Unreal Engine, that obviously works as well. So you have to go to rendering here and then visibility on and off. By now, this is nothing new to us. We already know all the stuff from Fortnite Creative. What is new is the blueprints part. And in Fortnite Creative, blueprints are basically already built into Fortnite Creative via very simple commands which you can do in the device. For example, turning on and off a light. You can see that I can turn on and off the light here, but if I want to have it from game start, if I want to turn it on at a specific point, I cannot do that in just this editor. If I start the game right now, as you can see, I just have a pink light there, but there's nothing happening with it. And I cannot obviously go here and just change any objects in there. So what you had to do here is either add code, or you're going to use the blueprints option. In our case, since we don't like coding and we like to have it visual, we're going to go with the blueprints option. And for blueprints, we can just open up a level. Obviously, this is not an Unreal Engine tutorial, but I will quickly show you guys how this works in the Unreal Engine. Okay, so now we come to the part which maybe looks a little bit unfamiliar to some of you guys. We now have the event graph, or the blueprint editor, whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter right now. I'm just here to show you guys how you can translate that to Fortnite Creative. In Fortnite Creative, you have device settings instead of this blueprint or actual writing code. But for the blueprint part, this is basically our customizable light in Fortnite Creative, but with no settings in it. So you don't have enable, you don't have initial state, you have no colors, you have nothing. So if you want to, for example, light up the customizable light or the point light from game start in Fortnite Creative, we just have to click a few boxes, click enable from game start, and turn on initial state to on or off, whatever, and it works. In the Unreal Editor or in Creative 2.0, it probably will not work from the beginning. And what you have to do here is you have to add your own options to this little knot over here. So this is a point light with nothing in it yet, and we want to make sure that the light is going to turn on from game start. So the first thing that we have to do is we just drag this little line here, and if we leave it, we can get a bunch of options which we can now do, or what we can now do with this light. So this looks obviously like very, very advanced, and I highly doubt that Fortnite Creative will have as much options in here as the actual Unreal Engine. But we know that we have to go to rendering for turning on and off the light, and we can see here this looks a little bit more familiar to us. It's visible. That is a setting that could also be in a creative device. For this one, we actually need the set visibility to point light component, and we just click on here, and you can see we have a bunch of more knots. All right, so the last thing that we now have to do is basically make sure that we actually turn the light on as soon as the game starts. And in Fortnite Creative, that would be like basically enable on game start or something like this. And in here, this would be event begin play. So we just add this to this little node over here. So now everything is connected. The light would turn on as soon as we start the game, and we can quickly test it out. First of all, make sure that it's saved. And now we can test it out, press the play button, and you can see that our light is now turned on. We can also go in here, turn this checkbox out, make sure that we save it again, and then play again, and then we follow the map. And again, you can see the checkmark is not made. We don't see a light. We can go back and turn it on and play again, and we now see the light. See, that is basically everything that you can do in Fortnite Creative right now, but just a lot more customizable. And now you can understand that this is not something that you have to be scared of. I can understand that if you look at something from someone else, this looks like super intimidating and like what is going on here, but the same thing kind of applies to Fortnite Creative Maps. If you see someone else's work that they did and like all the triggers they place and all the sequencers, this kind of looks the same as Blueprint. And you just have to understand what you're doing. And in the end, it's basically the same as placing down devices in Fortnite Creative. And I'm super excited that something like this will be in Fortnite Creative 2.0, or as leaked will be in Fortnite Creative 2.0. And yeah, we'll see how everything turns out. Obviously, this will be probably a lot easier than this one right now. All the options will be a lot more like user-friendly, I would say, and not as professional as they are in the Unreal Editor. So you don't have to study before you even learn some of the stuff. And yeah, definitely let me know what you think about this. If you are more of a visual user, like if you want to use blueprints or if you want to use actual coding. And that is basically all I want to show you guys today. And yeah, definitely let me know. I'll see you guys back in the next one. Bye.